6 years ago, Coco Gauff was the fearless 15-year-old who walked onto Wimbledon's center court and shocked Venus Williams. That single match introduced her to the world. But in 2025, at just 21 years old, Coco Gauff is far more than the prodigy who captured headlines. She is a two-time Grand Slam champion, the world number 3, and for the third year in a row, the highest-paid female athlete on Earth. According to Sportico, she earned $31 million in 2025, with $23 million of that coming from endorsements alone. And this year, something unprecedented happened that has officially changed the business of women's sports forever. Mercedes-Benz, one of the largest luxury brands on the planet, has made a historic move. A 10-year, $450 million partnership with the WTA Tour. Not only that, Mercedes announced Coco Gauff as their new global brand ambassador, effectively positioning her as the face of their next generation. It's a symbolic passing of the torch. For 2 decades, Roger Federer was the iconic ambassador associated with Mercedes. Now, at 21, Coco Gauff stands in that position. It's a moment that signals a shift not just in marketing, but in power. Billie Jean King, the founder of the WTA, called this the most important deal in the history of the WTA. And it's true. This isn't just about sponsorship dollars. It's about legitimacy, recognition, and influence. The WTA's previous title sponsor contributed around $15 million per year. This new Mercedes deal is more than 30 times that amount. Going from $15 million to over $35 million a year isn't evolution. It's an earthquake. And Coco Gauff's rise is at the center of why a global luxury brand felt compelled to invest at that scale. But this moment didn't happen because Coco is famous. It happened because she built one of the most powerful and diversified endorsement portfolios in all of sports. 16 major companies, each chosen strategically, each representing a different industry, and each helping shape the image of Coco Gauff as both an athlete and a global cultural force. Her empire begins with New Balance, the brand that believed in her when she was only 14. They gave her signature shoes before she could legally drive, and in 2025, they released a fashion collaboration with Miu Miu that sold out in under an hour. Then there is Rolex, the symbol of excellence worn by legends like Federer and Serena. Every time Coco lifts a trophy, that watch becomes part of the moment. Her racket partner, Head, benefits every time she hits a highlight reel forehand. Bose captures her personality through sound and performance. American Eagle connects her to teens and college students, keeping her rooted in youth culture. Ray-Ban and Meta introduce her to the creator world with smart glasses technology, letting her film practices, behind-the-scenes content, and POV moments. Her global exposure grows even more through Emirates Airlines, while Fly Exclusive ensures her team travels privately as part of her deal. Barilla places her face in grocery stores worldwide, tying her to everyday families. Naked Juice taps into wellness. Baker Tilly represents long-term financial responsibility, signaling that Coco is already thinking like a CEO. UPS gives her the credibility that comes from partnering with a global logistics powerhouse. Microsoft and Meta place her in the heart of the tech revolution. Fanatics allows her to connect directly with fans through merchandise and collectibles. And then there's Carol's Daughter, under the L'Oreal umbrella, which positions her as a representation of beauty, identity, and empowerment for young Black women around the globe. And now, Mercedes-Benz, the crown jewel. A brand that hasn't been associated with a new global tennis star for decades has made a bold statement. The future belongs to Coco Gauff. The symbolism matters. Coco herself said, This deal is super special, especially for women of color in sports. It shows brands are finally investing in us. That simple reflection carries weight, because it speaks to the broader meaning of this moment. 52 years ago, Billie Jean King fought for equal pay and respect in the battle of the sexes. Back then, women's tennis was fighting for prize money worth less than a month's rent. Today, Coco stands as the figure who helped land a deal worth nearly $500 million. The world is different now because the numbers are impossible to ignore. The WTA is full of global stars. Women's tennis sells out stadiums in every continent. And Coco Gauff is at the center of the movement. Not because she asked to be, but because her results, her personality, and her market value demanded it. For millions of young girls watching online, Coco is more than an athlete. She is a blueprint. She wins majors. She builds brands. She launches her own company, Coco Gauff Enterprises, created in 2025 in partnership with WME. She's proving you can dominate on the court and at the negotiating table. She's showing the next generation that athletic excellence and business leadership aren't separate paths. They're part of the same modern reality. At just 21, she is already rewriting the rules of what an athlete can be. She is the highest-paid female athlete in the world. She is the face of the biggest sponsorship deal in women's sports history. She is the ambassador chosen to succeed Federer. And she's only getting started. Coco Gauff isn't waiting for the future of women's sports. She is the future. She's already cashing the checks, building the empire, signing the deals, and shaping the culture. Her legacy is growing in real time, and the world is paying attention. If you think Coco Gauff is setting a new standard for athletes, drop a crown emoji. Tell me which of her 16 brand deals impressed you the most, and hit subscribe, because the Coco era isn't coming. It's here.